Welcome to the demo of the DBMS mini project. In this demo, I'll be going through some technical details of the project and then dive deep into various features of the web application. Now, we'll be looking at the features of the pharmacy management system and portal. In the following slides, all the features of the web application will be discussed in detail. First, we'll be going through the public view of the web application. All the features accessible to the general public who are not part of our database in the form of customer, vendor, staff, or admin are going to be explained in detail. Follow the steps in the README and populate your database. After that, start running your server. To do that, you can use the command python manage.py run server. Using the link, you will be directed to the home page of the web application that is available to the general public. An individual who has access to this website can view all the medicines that are offered by the pharmacy. They can also search for a particular medicine they want. For example, if the name of my medicine begins with the term Ivor, then I can search for Ivor and I will be given a subset of the medicines that have their names beginning with Ivor. I can also sort the medicines alphabetically or in the descending order. I can also filter on the medicines based on their average rating. An individual can also view the details of a medicine. For example, if I want to view the details of Crocin Advanced tablets, I can click on View and I will be getting all the details of the Crocin Advanced tablets. I'll be able to see the trade name, the scientific name, the description, the selling price, the average user rating, and who it is manufactured by. I'll also be accompanied with an image. For example, if I want to view the details of Dolo, I'll be clicking on View under Dolo, and I'll be getting the trade name, scientific name, description, price, average user rating, and manufactured by, same as Crocin. But unfortunately, in the database, there is no image of Dolo. That is why it shows here no image. Finally, I can register as a customer. Note that the username cannot be updated after registration. So for now, let's go with Jack and Jill. Enter any suitable password. Note, you can hover over the information icon to understand what is required for that particular field. For username, it is a required field. It has to be 150 characters or fewer and can only consist of letters, digits, and some special characters. Similarly, for password, for email, for first name, etc., you can view the information about the field through the information icon. Note, you have to be above 18 years of age to be able to register as a customer in this website. After registration as a customer, if the registration is successful, you'll be getting an alert message and you will be redirected to the login page. You can close the alert message and log in. I have successfully logged in as Jack and Jill. Next, we will be going through the customer view. All the features accessible to a customer will be explained in detail. Note that the customer can do everything that the general public can do and more. For an individual to be qualified as a customer, they need to register first. The customer, just like the general public, can view the details of medicine. For example, if I want to view the details of Cipmol, I'll click on View and I'll be getting the details of Cipmol. But in addition to just viewing the details, a customer can also rate the medicine and add the medicine to cart. The previous rating that this customer had done was 5 stars, which was done on March 11, 2022, 4:45 PM. But now I can give a new rating to this medicine. So I'll get an alert message, you have given a new rating. And I will refresh the page and I can see that I have indeed updated my rating. So if I want to give a rating of 1 star, I'll do this and refresh the page and I can see that indeed it is 1 star. Now look at the average user rating carefully. It is now 2.75 stars. So let's see if our rating indeed affects the average rating or not. So if I give a rating of 5 stars instead of 1 and refresh the page, I can see that the average user rating is indeed affected, and this means that the average user rating is computed correctly. Now I can add the medicine to cart. Before that, let's have a look at what's in our cart. There are no items in our cart currently, so I can go to the details of a medicine and add the item to cart. I've added 5 Cipmol items to cart. So let's see whether our cart is updated or not. It is indeed updated. Here, I can update the quantity of the medicine that I've added directly. I do not need to go back to the details. But when you add a medicine for the first time, you indeed need to go to the details. So let's add a few more medicines and then we will look at the additional functionality of the cart. I want to rate Dolo as well, so let's rate it. Cool. Then add a few more medicines. Okay. So I've added all these medicines to cart, but I do not want 6 items of Dolo, I only want 5, so let's reduce that. And I realized I don't want these at all, so I can delete the item from here itself. Now I can choose the payment method, which can be either cash on delivery or card, but card is not currently supported. So I'll choose cash on delivery and place the order. I'll be immediately redirected to my orders, where I can see the order I have just now placed. The status of the order is pending. There can be 3 possible status of order. pending, accepted, and delivered. When the status of the order is pending, you will see a cancel button here. The cancel button will not appear if the status of the order is accepted or delivered. This means that you can only cancel the order as long as the status is pending. Once the staff has accepted the order and sent it for processing, you cannot cancel it. You have to contact the customer care thereafter. Okay, so for now, let's see whether the cancel functionality is working. I will cancel the order, and indeed the order is gone. So let's have an order which is pending so that we can make a staff member accept it, and we can view that it has indeed been accepted. So let's add a few medicines to cart and place a new order. Let's rate this medicine, add it to cart. So adding it to cart, I'll select the payment method, and I'll place the order, and I'll wait for it to get accepted. Additionally, I can edit my profile. So here I can see all the details I had entered at the time of registration except the username. Remember that username cannot be updated after registration. So if I want to update my phone number, I can do this. If I want to update the street name, I can do this. If I want to update my first name, this, and update it. I can also change my password. My old password was this, and my new password is going to be very simple and long so that you can see the difference. Password was changed successfully. Now, once you change your password, you have to log in again. The password was ABCDEFGHIJKL. Ta-da! And finally, I can log out, and I'll be redirected to the home page. Next, we will be going through the staff view. All the features accessible to a staff member of the pharmacy will be explained in detail. A staff can do everything that the general public can do, and more. For an individual to be qualified as staff, they have to be registered by the admin first. So, let's log in with the staff credentials. The admin has already registered a staff named Venkatesh Reddy. His username is Venkatesh_Reddy, and the password is DBMS@mini. I log in as Venkatesh Reddy. In the home page of the staff, I can see that the orders that the customers have placed and are pending. So, if you recall, this is the order that we just now placed. That is, Jack and Jill have placed this order. Now, the staff will want to accept the order so that it can immediately send it for processing. But there is no stock. That is, Azax and Amoxil are not available. The quantity available is 0 and the quantity required is 5 units. Let's go to the home page again. Talpol, Azax, and Amoxil. I required 5 units of each of them. But when I tried to accept the order and generate the item list, I could not generate the item list because 2 of the 3 medicines were not available in my stock. So I have to stock up on these medicines and contact the vendor. I can print out a list of the medicines that are not available, and then I'll be saving that, and then I'll be going to the stock requests. I want to create a new stock request to the vendors who are supplying Azax and Amoxil. So let's see who supplies Amoxil. Zydus Healthcare Limited supplies Amoxil. So I'll be selecting Zydus as the vendor to whom I want to give the stock request, and I want 100 units of Amoxil. So I will submit the stock request. So once the stock request is submitted, the submitted stock request can be seen here in stock requests, and the submitted stock request is pending. If you look here carefully, we see that 3 of the stock requests in the past have been accepted and 1 of them has been rejected. Therefore, a vendor can leave the stock request pending, he can accept the stock request, or he can reject the stock request. Now, after sending the stock request, we can only wait for the vendor to either accept it or reject it. So, but Amoxil was not the only one that I needed, I also needed Azax. So let's see who supplies Azax. Azax is supplied by Sun Pharmaceuticals. So let's select Sun here. And since all of these are not in stock, I would, as a staff member, I would request stock for all of these instead of just one of them. So let's do that, 100 units of each of these. And the stock request I just made can be seen here. Now, we can just wait for the stock request to be accepted. But we had another order by another customer which was pending. Some other customer had ordered for Sipmol and Crucin. Let's see whether I can accept it. Note that here there is an accepted order by another customer. This was accepted previously. So let's try to accept this order. While I can accept the order and the item list has been generated, I can see the customer details here to whom I have to send the order, and if I can just print it out and send it out for delivery. Okay, so let me save that. And now I can go back to orders. Once an order has been accepted, there is no longer the accept button, but instead of that, I have the order details. Now after clicking on this, I can view the details of the order. They are the same as the item list generated. After doing that, let's check the expired items. So I want to check the expired items for this month. So 3rd March 2022. And I see that some of the items have been expired. So Azif and the second Sipmol have expired, and how much of the quantity has expired can be seen here. And I can print this list of expired items and take them out from the shelves. Let's save that as well. Okay, so let's look at an accepted stock request. An accepted stock request has the arrived stock details button. And using this button, I can see that what has arrived in the stock. I had ordered for Sipmol, Ezi, and Pantasec, and indeed Sipmol, Ezi, and Pantasec had arrived, and I had noted their expiry dates. Let's look at another accepted stock request. Similar. Okay, let's look at the third one. Yes, this shows a bit of variety. I have ordered 1000 Sidmo, but I had divided them into 990 and 10. Why? Because it seems 10 packets, or so to say, sheets of the Sidmo tablets had an expiry date of March 11, and 990 sheets had an expiry date of April 30. This needs to be distinguished by the staff and entered appropriately. So we will go back to the stock request. We will wait for the stock request we have made to be accepted by the vendor, and then once the stock request is accepted, we will enter the details of the arrived stock, and then we will be able to accept Jack and Jill's order. Till then, let's look at the vendor view. Now, we will look at the vendor view. All the features accessible to the vendor of a pharmacy will be explained in detail. For a company to be qualified as vendor, they need to be registered by the admin first. As a vendor of the pharmacy, I can log in to the website. So, let's say Zydus Healthcare wants to log in. The login credentials are provided by the admin. You can see here that the staff member had requested amoxil from Zydus Healthcare, and the Zydus Healthcare vendor can see that indeed a stock request has been made for amoxil, and I can view the details of the staff who have made the request. I can accept or reject the request. Let's accept the request. After accepting the request, I can see that the status has changed to accepted, and I can still view the staff details. Let's look at a rejected request, because we will not be rejecting any request due to lack of time. A rejected request is nothing more but a request that cannot be fulfilled by the vendor at that point of time and in such short notice. Therefore, the vendor can reject the request. This request was made on March 10th and was supposed to be fulfilled by March 17th, but the vendor could not make such a commitment, and that is why he has rejected the request. The rejection procedure is simpler. We can just click the reject button shown earlier, and it's similar to being accepted. It will just be rejected. A subset of the stock requests can be seen in these different tabs. So pending will show the stock requests that are pending, accepted will show the stock requests that have been accepted, rejected will show the stock requests that have been rejected. I can also change my password for extra security. Finally, I can log out from the vendor view. Zydus Healthcare was not the only vendor whom we had made a stock request to. We had also made a stock request to Sun Pharmaceutical. So let's log in to Sun Pharmaceutical. After logging in, we can see the stock request that we have made. We will accept the stock request. Once accepted, we'll be able to see that it has been accepted, and it will show up in the accepted tag. Pending and rejected will be empty. Let's log out. Now, let's log in to the staff view, and let's look at the accepted stock requests. Venkatesh can log in and then view the stock requests that he had made and register the items that have arrived in the stock. So we see that the stock request that we had made for amoxil and for Azax have been accepted, but the stock arrived is false. That means the stock is on the way to the pharmacy and has not arrived yet. Once the stock arrives, I can click on arrived stock, and I will be directed to this page. Here I can see what was the stock request that I had made, and I can enter what has indeed arrived. Now I can see that amoxil is the only thing that I had ordered, so I can only see amoxil in my select option list. So I will select amoxil, and I will see that I have two different batches of amoxil. One which has an expiry date in May and contains, let's say, 75 of the 100 tablets. So I will add that, and then the rest of the 25 have an expiry date in August. So 25, and I'll add that. So now I've verified that the stock has indeed arrived, and I'll click on exit. This is a one-time process. This means you confirm that all items pertaining to the stock have indeed arrived and have been registered. Are you sure you want to exit? This alert indicates that I cannot edit the arrived stock later. It's a one-time process. And I have checked, double-checked, and now I'll click on OK. So we have accepted this stock request, and after clicking on OK, I can no longer find the arrived stock button. So, for example, this stock has not arrived yet, and I can see the arrived stock button, whereas for this stock, which has arrived, I cannot see the arrived stock button. Instead, I can see arrived stock details, and on clicking on that, I can see the details I have just entered. I'll go back to stock requests, and since the stock request made to Sun Pharmaceutical has also arrived, I'll click on arrived, and for simplicity here, we will just deal with one total batch of medicines, and not complicate it by segregating them with different expiry dates. This will speed up the process a bit. Okay. See, 2 more to go. The last one, and after verifying it once and twice, we will exit. This has also been accepted. Since amoxin and Azax have arrived, we can now accept the order made by Jack and Jill. So here is that order. Calpol was already there in stock, Azax and amoxil have arrived, and now we can accept this order. The item list has been generated, successful, and now we can send this for processing by printing this list and saving a copy. Okay, now let's log out from the staff here. Now let's log in as Jack and Jill as a customer and see whether our order has been accepted and has been sent out for processing. So I'll go to my orders, and I can see that the status is accepted. and I can no longer see the cancel button here. That means an accepted order cannot be cancelled and we have to contact customer care. So that's about it, and now we will be moving on to admin view. So let's log out. Now we'll be going through the admin view. One of the best features of Django is that it provides an inbuilt database administration no matter what the database is. The features of the admin view will be explained in detail next. Now let's log in again, but this time with the admin credentials. Remember that you had created a super user who is no one else but the admin. So let's log in with the admin credentials and get the admin view. We are here in the admin view, and the admin can now create staff members, register vendor members, and create new medicine entries. So let's start with creating a new vendor. Now we will be adding a new vendor, Johnson. Note that all the information used here is publicly available and I do not take any credit for it. So let's add a new vendor. First we'll click here to add a user. We'll use the username Johnson and give the password as DBMS@mini. Re-enter the password and save the user. After saving the user, you have to enter the details of the vendor. I can enter multiple phone numbers, but here I'll enter only one. And I will save the vendor. The vendor Johnson was added successfully and I can see it here. Now let's add a medicine. To add a new medicine, click on add medicine. Here you'll be able to see the form for adding medicine. We can see that we have to upload an image file here, but the file upload is optional. But let's upload a file. So choose file, and I'll be choosing this image for the ultraset medicine. Ultraset is supplied by Johnson, who we have just created as vendor, and we'll be entering the rest of the fields. So let's enter the selling price, a lower cost price, the trade name, the scientific name, and the description. Now we can save the medicine object. We can see that has been added successfully, and we can see the added medicine here. Now if we want to add a staff member, there are two staff members already present, Venkatesh Reddy, whom we have already met, and Swarnamitra. So let's add a new staff member. To add a new staff member, we click there, and as usual, you have to add a user first. So let's add ABC Ghosh. Same password, DBMS@mini, DBMS@mini, and save. So abc@gmail.com, ABC Ghosh. Date of birth, let's go with this. Street name, let's get Nizam Nagar Road, apartment number 90, Hyderabad, Telangana, India, zip code, any suitable phone number, and save. ABC Ghosh has been added successfully, and you can see the new staff member here. Now, all the functionalities of the admin have been explored, and let's log out from here. Thank you everyone for watching this demo. This was Hritaban Ghosh. See you in the next video.